Well, this is a familiar sight to some, a country chair that's been burned, in this case from students having a barbecue. My God, it's lucky it didn't catch fire. So I've been charged with the challenge of restoring the chair, which of course has been reduced partly to charcoal. So here I am using a kitchen knife, first of all scraping off the damaged remnants of the burn on the elm seat of this chair. I mean, the seat is only about 1.25 inches or so thick, so I've got to be careful that whatever remedial action I do doesn't weaken the chair and make the seat very thin. So here I am using a kitchen knife as a scraper and quite rapidly cutting through the charcoal area to expose the grain. This wonderful little gadget, my Makita extractor, dust extractor, is really brilliant, and you can see how I can now focus on the remaining bits that need just scraping away. It falls away really easily. I mean, it's quite interesting that charring wood is a technique used to highlight the grain of some timbers by using a wire brush. You burn it first with a blowtorch and then use a wire brush to highlight the growth rings. So now I'm using a grinder set up with a sanding disc to very carefully sculpt out the wood, the seat. Of course, it's somewhat irregular because of the position of the burned area, and I'm using a dust extractor, and here I'm using my faithful Hitachi orbital sander, brilliant tool. Although it's designed to sand flats, it can actually sand concaves. Now I also use the little Black & Decker power file, slightly more tricky to use because of its narrow footprint, so you've got to be very, very careful. But I'm trying to get rid of the stain. It's really hard to get rid of it completely. So now I'm finishing off with some abrasive paper, some aluminium oxide paper. I think it's about 120 grit, just to get down to the bare wood and make sure that the wood is now intact and there's no remnants of the burnt charcoal area. I should use the charcoal on another barbecue. And finally, I'm experimenting with some shoe polish to try and get the colour back in. Problem is I'm colourblind, so this might be slightly risky. Using a little bit of Terps to spread the colour stain. I don't think I'm going to get rid of it entirely, but at least I've salvaged this chair, and without weakening the seat too much by the amount of wood I've taken off. Thanks for watching.